to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. We really do pray that you are well, beloveds, that you are living in your own narrative as much as possible and really developing a new world for yourself. And you may feel lonely. I get all those emails about people talking about just how alone they feel sometimes in their understanding of what's going on. It's like they see and everyone else is deep asleep. That is just for a season, beloveds, because I really believe that we will be drawn together with people of like minds, with our soul families, with our soul tribes. So hang in there is what I would say. But a lot is changing. A lot is changing, and Babylon is falling. No matter how much they try and wiggle the narrative, move the narrative around, and it's like the queendom of the divided kingdom is actually on its way out. And there's been a whole mess. A few Jamaicans have gotten in touch with me to share this story. It happened a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, I'm going to cover it just because you guys requested me to. And it's talking about how, William and Kate were supposed to be going to Jamaica on a charm offensive, and to Jamaica and many other nations on behalf of the Queen to kind of, they've been described as the Disney, couple, to kind of re-establish the Queen's influence, in the Caribbean, to try and show that the royal family is still in control. And this was kind of in rebuttal or as a comeback to Barbados. I don't know what that was, beloved. Seriously, I think it was a bird. Anyway, it was a comeback to Barbados, leaving the divided kingdom and or removing the Queen as head of state or whatever, which is the same difference. And so they've launched this, but now it's so embarrassing because, they forget that we're in a new season where they are not the only ones who are controlling the information. And they even stopped. So Jamaica came out. Let me start with this part. Jamaica came out and said that they would not be paying for the royal trip, and William and Kate would have to foot the bill for it. I think a lot of these nations actually cough up some money because they say marketing, whatever. But they said the government will not be covering. So that was a huge embarrassment to William and Kate. And then also, there's been a lot of backlash because a flight to Jamaica, which was full of convicted criminals, as they call them, is said to have been delayed until after William and Kate visit the country. They're supposed to be visiting the country this month, actually. And, the couple are set to visit the nation at the start of a Caribbean charm offensive launched after Barbados opted to become a republic last year. Beloveds, do you see the importance of the narrative, the importance of the story, the importance of PR and marketing? That's what this whole Babylon system is, beloveds. It's really castles in the sky, castles in people's minds. We're the ones who give all these things power, but the Babylon, the head of the system, because this is a feminine planet, the Queen has had such an important part in keeping this whole global system going, beloveds. And what is happening in the Caribbean, some of you guys were saying, they're just folding to the New World Order. That's the plan now, to create like a massive Caribbean state, a massive African state, European Union, American Union, and kind of create this New World system. So they were bowing out because that system is gone. But, their plans don't always work as they would like. And I think sometimes we give them way too much credit, family. But this is significant because it shows that this, for me, I just see it so clearly when I look at it spiritually. It's like the system is crumbling. The hold they had, the spell they had, is kind of easing off. And you know, another reason why why he was probably going to Jamaica is because Jamaica had said that they would be interested in following, the route of Barbados. I think it's something like a dozen nations in the Caribbean still have the Queen as their head of state. And they know, like, beloveds, remember I told you, in the end of times, we would see the last and final liberation of the global black nation from its oppressors. And so when I see this and I see, William and Kate and the Queen, all rushing to the Caribbean to try and save face, to try and, consolidate the states and make sure not everyone leaves, try and re-influence whatever. It's a confirmation that the atmosphere is changing and they're losing serious ground. And this is why I highly advocate, beloveds, for a global narrative that is our own, because that's the narrative that would have now replaced the narrative that these Caribbean nations are in. And it's coming because the Spirit has said it must. But it's not business as usual for the global melanated nations. These are very interesting times as the Caribbean moves to independence. And it's highly embarrassing for even this kind of media and press to be making it where, this story is even coming out. We're not paying for the royal visit of Prince William and Kate. I mean, how embarrassing. And it just shows you how things used to run previously, huh? But it's not business as usual. And with all these changing and moving pieces, beloveds, make sure that you're returning to your own story, that you're doing the extra research, and that you're looking, spiritually at the things that are happening. Because if you look spiritually at the news that is being unfolded, you will clearly see the fall of mighty Babylon. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd absolutely love to hear from my Caribbean family. Until next time, beloveds. Tuko pamoja.